Welcome to Reviews Inside TV, where today we're taking a look at the HP 15-inch touchscreen laptop, model 15-EF120NR. With a solid balance of performance and design, this laptop is built to tackle everyday tasks, making it a good option for students, home office users, or anyone needing a reliable laptop for daily productivity. But does it hold up when put to the test? Let's find out. The HP 15-EF120NR is powered by the AMD Ryzen 3 3250U processor, a dual-core CPU that clocks in at a base frequency of 2.4 GHz, with a max boost up to 3.3 GHz. This chip is designed for light productivity tasks such as web browsing, office applications, and basic media consumption. It's definitely not meant for heavy-duty workloads like video editing or gaming, but for everyday tasks, it holds up well. Paired with 8 GB of DDR4 RAM, it ensures smooth multitasking for casual use. However, it's worth noting that the RAM isn't upgradable, so you're locked into that 8 GB limit for the life of the device. Storage is handled by a 256 GB PCIe NVMe M.2 SSD, which provides fast read and write speeds. This results in quick boot times and snappy file transfers. The SSD is a huge plus over traditional hard drives, making the overall user experience much more responsive. While 256 GB of storage isn't huge by modern standards, it's sufficient for light users, especially if you primarily rely on cloud storage for your files. The 15.6-inch HD SVA BrightView MicroEdge touchscreen display offers a resolution of 1366 by 768, which is fine for basic tasks, but it won't impress those seeking ultra-crisp visuals. While the touchscreen functionality is a nice addition for those who enjoy that extra bit of interactivity, the overall display quality feels somewhat limited by the resolution and the BrightView coating, which can result in reflections and glare in well-lit environments. For media consumption, you'll be fine watching videos or doing casual browsing and drowsing. But don't expect the sharpness and color vibrancy of higher-end models or those with full HD or higher resolution displays. One of the major selling points of this laptop is the battery life. HP claims up to 9 hours and 15 minutes of video playback, which translates to roughly 8 hours of wireless streaming. In real-world terms, that means you should be able to get through a full workday without needing to charge, especially if you're doing office work or light media consumption. The battery also charges up quickly, reaching 50% in just 45 minutes with HP Fast Charge, making it convenient if you're short on time. At 3.75 pounds and with a slim profile of just 0.78 inches thick, this laptop is light enough to carry around in a bag all day without feeling weighed down. It's not the lightest in its class, but it strikes a good balance between portability and screen size. It's comfortable for everyday use at a desk or on the go. In terms of ports and connectivity, the HP 15-inch laptop offers a decent selection. You get a full-size HDMI port, 2 USB-A ports, 1 USB-C port, an SD card reader, and an audio jack, which should cover most of your peripheral needs. Unfortunately, there's no Thunderbolt port, and the USB-C port doesn't support data transfer at high speeds. So it's more for charging. On the wireless side, it supports Wi-Fi 5 and Bluetooth, which should be fine for standard use, but might leave some users wanting if they're used to the faster speeds of Wi-Fi 6. The keyboard and trackpad are pretty standard for this price range. The keys offer decent travel and feedback for typing, but they do feel a little cramped, especially in the upper rows. The trackpad is responsive, with smooth gliding and decent accuracy, but it's a bit on the smaller side. If you plan to do a lot of typing or need a large trackpad for productivity, you might find this a bit limiting over long sessions. Performance-wise, this laptop excels at basic tasks. It handles web browsing with multiple tabs open, office work, and video calls without issue. If you plan on doing more intensive tasks like photo or video editing, however, you'll feel the limitations of the Ryzen 3 processor. Gaming is not a focus here, but you can play lighter titles or older games at low settings. Now, when it comes to thermals and noise, the laptop stays relatively cool under typical use. During web browsing or document work, it doesn't generate much heat, and the fans are barely noticeable. However, under heavier loads like streaming or media editing, it can get a bit warm on the underside, and you may hear the fan kick in more frequently, though it's never unbearably loud. There's no major thermal throttling, but you might notice a slight dip in performance during extended use, particularly with larger workloads. So who is this laptop for? If you're a student or someone who needs a portable, budget-friendly laptop for light productivity tasks, media consumption, and web browsing, the HP 15-EF120NR is a solid option. It's not going to blow you away with cutting-edge performance or jaw-dropping visuals, but it gets the job done for most basic needs. For the price, you're getting a fast, reliable laptop that should serve you well for daily tasks. On the flip side, if you're someone who needs more power for content creation, gaming, or multitasking with demanding applications, this isn't the laptop for you. The display could also be a deal breaker if you're used to higher resolutions or more vibrant screens. In terms of value for money, this laptop is competitive for its category, but there are options with similar specs that might offer better displays or additional features at similar or slightly higher prices. If you're looking for something with more performance headroom, you'll want to consider a higher-end model with a more powerful processor or better screen resolution. If you've got questions about the HP 15-inch laptop, or if you've already had a chance to use it, feel free to drop them in the comments below. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon to stay up to date with all our latest reviews. Until next time, happy computing!